Is SPM gonna be getting out anytime soon? What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So this SPM character, he's been incarcerated for a long time. I believe rightfully so. Now we're hearing that he's coming up for parole, and we're hearing he's gonna get out, and people are saying he's gonna take over this and he's gonna take over that. And it's got me like, my mind's blown. I'll keep it real. My mind is blown. Now, for the record, I have never heard an SPM song. I may have heard like a couple seconds of a song, but knowing who he is, I was just like, I don't want to hear that crap, right? People are saying that he's getting out soon. Okay. The people that are saying he's getting out soon are also saying that he's innocent. And myself, as a former lifer, I only know the California model. What happens when you have life and you go to board in California? I do know that California is a blue state, and in some instances is a whole lot more lenient than a red state like Texas. Texas, you look at their death row and you look at California's, and one is busy and one isn't. I don't see how anybody thinks that SPM, with the charges that he was found guilty of, is going to be getting out anytime soon. Now, for those that are saying, oh, SPM is innocent and it was a frame job and this and this and that, when you go to the board, again, I have to speak from the California side, but I would think Texas is similar. When you go to the board, you have to exhibit insight. Number one, you have to exhibit insight. You have developed personal insight into what makes you click, what made you click, what made you do the things that you did, what made it okay in your mind, and how you know how to deal with those things that triggered you to be that person. What have you developed? What tools have you developed? What self-help? What books have you read? What book reports have you done? What are you going to apply to counter the triggers? I doubt SPM has done that and is going to be able to exhibit that. Secondly, you have to be able to vocalize remorse. Not just vocalize, but what have you done to show that you are making amends, that you want to make amends, that you have made amends? Who have you reached out to? How have you accepted your responsibility for the crime that you are incarcerated for? So SPM can't have it both ways. SPM can't say that he's innocent. You know, all these people that are waving the flag for him that he's innocent, he can't say he's innocent and then go in there and say that he's developed remorse. Remorse for what if he's innocent? I personally don't think he's innocent at all. Like, which case? All the cases are wrong. You know, there's supposedly one that's under 10 years old. Then there's one that's under 15. Supposedly the one that was under 15 worked at a strip club, but he supposedly dropped her off at school. So did she tell him that she was a teacher and a stripper on the side? Like how does that work, and how does it get justified? I think he's going to stay in prison. I hope he does, because of the crimes that he was convicted of. The fact that he continues to place blame on others, he's not ready for the streets. He married his daughter's best friend, and that created tension between him and his daughters. Like this dude, like, come on now, his daughter's best friend. This is not someone who has changed his ways. You know, he says that if he gets out, allegedly he's saying that if he was to get out, that he's gonna take over. You didn't take over anything when you were out last time. What did you, like, maybe a region in Texas, maybe, or part of Texas, or maybe all of Texas. But I don't know a single song of yours. There was not a single SPM song playing on the Tears in the Joint. I heard a lot of Tupac and 50 Cent. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of Tupac and 50 Cent on those Tears. Never once heard an SPM song. SPM is not the soundtrack for anybody outside of his region. Never will be. Also, if he were to miraculously be released from prison, there would be restrictions on where he can go, who he can be around, probably what hours he can perform. He can't go where there's kids. Thank God. And then, I trip out. There's so many dudes. And on my channel, I get major love from Texas. So shout out to Texas. But for those people in Texas that hate us in California and are riding with this dude, would ask yourself a question. Inside question. You don't got to answer it outside. You don't got to answer it out loud. Would you let SPM babysit your daughter? Go ahead, Holmes. I know you're innocent, dude. You just make music, man. Go ahead. No, you would not. Not a good parent. If you're a good parent, no siree. So how do you justify waving the banner for him and telling us out here in California that we're wrong? Out here in California, there's certain rappers, they say things about, if anybody says some stuff like that about a California rapper, I guarantee everybody out here would be like, fuck that guy. But for some reason, there are some in Texas that hold him as a state treasure. They are protecting him at all costs. But what do you gain from it? What do you gain from protecting someone that is alleged to have done the things that he was found guilty of? I know there are innocent people that get railroaded. I know most of the guys in prison that were innocent, they were innocent of maybe the crime they were convicted of, but they were doing times for the things they got away with. That's the way we should look at it. Yeah, homie, but what you get away with? And that, yeah, I'm knowing, they could get me for this, that. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. That's your business. You know what I'm saying? But with SPM, there's a pattern of this type of activity. So again, I believe he did it. I believe he's staying in prison. I'm sure I'm going to get some hatred in the comment section. That's fine. I just wish this, hey, check this out. And I was going to do a video on this. And this is a great thing. Did you guys know that I'm in the woods? I'm veering off topic for a second. Did you guys know that the feds want to make it to where nobody is allowed to post on social media without having a profile picture and a name? Woo! All these internet tough guys with your greasy ass shirts and miserable lives, you're gonna have to put up a profile picture. You guys talk shit about people, but you don't show your face. I'm hoping that law passes, man. All these troll accounts, out of here. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm sure, I'm gonna get hate, and I do from, it's a thing. It's a social media thing. If you don't like what someone says, instead of saying, your opinion, a difference of opinion, a differing point of view, you go to childish antics and at the end of the day, just remember, anybody that gets in this comment section today, anybody that has anything to say about me in a bad light, because I am glad that SPM, a convicted child predator, is incarcerated, just know that you are defending someone with those type of convictions. Hopefully, you're okay with that, because no one else is. No one thinks it's right. Targeting women, children, and the elderly should never be forgiven, especially by someone who has a history of it. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.